Protests in New York, and not your typical
My pleasure.
anti-Israel protests, but demonstrations outside the Egyptian mission to the United Nations for Egypt's role in the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Security personnel dragged two so-called Hamas supporters into the building and reportedly beat them up, according to eyewitnesses. Take a look.
Inside the building. They're bringing the kids in the building. They're bringing the kid in the building. They're beating them with They're beating the kid with the chain. Can you guys bring somebody? Bring somebody. They're beating the kid with the chain. Bring somebody. They're beating the kid with the chain. Bring somebody. They're beating them inside. They're beating the kid and his brother. Yes, please.
Graphic videos there. Still with me in studio, our I-24 News senior Middle East correspondent Ariel Osran. Ariel, besides this video, anything else that we know about this specific incident at the Egyptian mission to the UN?
Yeah, this is not a singular event. We've seen incidents of Hamas supporters going after Egyptian delegations, mainly embassies, across the world, in Europe, South Africa, also in the East. And this is now the reason why we're labeling them as Hamas supporters is because this isn't part of the pro-Palestinian movement that you can say also has elements that supports Hamas or that are anti-Semitic. This is a specific Hamas campaign to try and delegitimize Egypt over its conduct in the war in Gaza. This is also what erupted the Egyptian wrath at Hamas that forced them back to the negotiating table and brought Hamas with its tail between his legs to apologize to Egypt. But their supporters around the world are continuing with this, and that's why you see the zero tolerance exhibited by the Egyptian personnel at their mission in New York. Ultimately, this is not many are talking about Egypt's role in this war, the fact that they're closing their borders to Palestinians, not allowing them to flee a war zone, something that is unprecedented in wars around the world. There's other criticism that isn't being talked about enough. But again, this isn't part of the pro-Palestinian movement. This is a specific campaign by Hamas, and we're seeing this latest event in New York. But this time, the staff showed no tolerance to these protests.
Certainly no tolerance when you look at those videos. But in general, Ariel, when you talk about this growing trend, albeit just a few Hamas supporters here and there, how is Egypt reacting and trying to even crack down on this narrative?
So the Egyptian Foreign Ministry has issued numerous statements denying allegations, saying that they are not involved in the siege on the Gaza Strip, which is a lie. The siege that was imposed by both Israel and Egypt since 2007 suddenly became just an Israeli siege. The fact that goods aren't coming in through the Rafah border crossing, even though that is also not necessarily true. This is something that has sparked a lot of outrage in Cairo and also a lot of criticism internally. Al-Azhar, the most prominent Islamist body, basically the hub of the Muslim Brotherhood in Cairo, issued scathing rebukes of Egypt, and this put Cairo on the defensive. But then that was translated to acts on the ground around the world against their delegations, mainly embassies. And now this is what we saw in New York. Those two individuals were handed over to the local police and, to my understanding, are still in custody.
All right, Ariel Osran, thank you for that update.
Thanks.
Well, turning